Hello and very welcome to another quick video about a new Reese Bass preset I've done in Bitwig's Polymer, and it sounds like this. Yes, what is it in particular? I use this oscillator setting. Voice stacking is on 2 and I detune it, these two voices, to get this sound. To create this ground movement from the oscillators. The rest is happening inside here in the effect chain. This is just a macro modulating the pitch. Yeah, sometimes for the sake of overview, I just match this to the pitch to have it on the front panel in direct access. So, and also as there's a phaser in the effect chain later on, I can turn on the phaser from the front panel as well. And I also, later on in the effect chain, there's an harmonic add, and this can also be manipulated by here. So let's check out what's in the effect chain. First of all, it's just a saturation with a filter plus. Filter is off, just a saturation here. I used heat, and this gives this distortion vibe. And then what mainly makes this sound, the sound like it is this harmonic adder. It's from NRK Effects. I'll link it in the description below. It's a free plugin and it's super cool. You can add certain harmonics. In this case, it's just to create this kind of movement. If you listen. You could even modulate this if you want, but I like the way it is. And then this is something I do always. It's multiband effects by just reducing everything below, in this case 130 Hz to mono, and boosting everything above this frequency as wide as I can, at least with this plugin. Then I use something unusual. This is from Synaptic. It's a German company. They are famous for very nice algorithms. Even sometimes you don't really know what's really going on under the hood, but they sound really good. And this is normally for drums, to shape and attenuate drums, but I use it at the end. It's some kind of dynamic algorithm, and I use it a lot also for types of bass, and it always sounds nice. And then there's this EQ going on, EQ plus. And as you can see, there's a key track on the frequency band. No, it's not on the frequency band, it's on this modulation. The band 2 is driven by this beat LFO. And the higher I play the notes, the faster the LFO is running. And then there's this filter plus with a classic LFO just modulating. Then we have another multiband FX just in the mid band, a phaser, and another Synaptic audio plugin. It came out recently. Actually, it's also a transient design at the end of the day. And I also tried it on this bass and it works really well. Then I added another EQ plus, and Then I added another EQ Plus with 3 modulators. One is envelope, which changes frequency when you hit the note. The other one is another random for the frequency, and another random for the boost of the frequency band. Then I reduced here a little bit the mids around 2.5 kilohertz. Then there's a clipper, and this one, because the highs are very intense because of the punch, I reduced it with this filter. It's a low pass filter driven by an envelope formula. Then there's a peak limiter, and this is my sidechain configuration. You can see here there's this drum loop, and according to the drum loop I have 2 note channels here. One is triggering the kick always, as you can see here, kick, kick, note, 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 and the other one is just for the snare. And so sidechain snare, sidechain bass drum, sidechain snare, and this is here triggering these tools, just the loudness. One is the snare, and one is here for the bass drum. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to have it the signal of lowering the volume almost like a button, because it's so fast. You cannot do this with audio sidechain, so I'm using the note sidechain. Because with the audio sidechain it needs to be processed, and then there's already a latency happening. So if I just use these triggers only playing the bass, then you hear that it's like super short muting when the bass and the kick is playing. You will not hear the breaks when the drums are playing, but there will be a huge difference if I would disable these, because immediately the clarity of the kick and the snare would be gone. So this is how it sounds together. And let me showcase, if I disable it, have a listen to the snare. It will be pushed in the back if I turn this off. You can also hear it really clearly for the bass drum. So that's it for today. You can download the whole project from my Patreon page. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.